I'll call this EDC meeting to order for March 9th. Do we have roll call?
John Righeimer, absent. Ron Kinsley.
Here.
Stacy Hessel.
Here.
Tom Duffy. Steve Carrianen.
Here.
Randy Newman.
Here.
You have a quorum.
Stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, do we have certification of compliance with the opens meetings laws?
This meeting was noticed to the media and the public as required by Section 19.84 of the Wisconsin statutes.
Do we need to approve the meeting agenda?
No, if there's no changes.
Okay. I have no changes. Number 7, public comments. At this time, members of the public will be given the opportunity to address the board. Please adhere to the following. Comments will be limited to 3 minutes or less per individual. Comments should be directed to the board as a whole and not directed to individual board members. The board cannot respond to your comments during this time. Does anybody have any public comments? We didn't receive any. Is there any online? No, thank you. All right, seeing as there is none. Number 8, consider approval of minutes from the previous meeting on February 9th, 26.
I so move. I'll second.
Motion made by Duffy, second by Newman. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, it's approved. Library update. We don't have a library update, apparently. It says there was, oh, we'll get them next time. How's that? All right. Number 10, University of Wisconsin Extension Report. There. Okay, well, you're on the agenda, so I'm looking at the months and then I'm so good. I'm glad you're here. Good job. Way to go. Hayward Lakes Visitors and Convention Bureau. I love that you report every month because then it helps me out. Thank you.
No problem. Good morning, everyone. Mindy Simons with Hayward Lakes. I was just going to review a couple of our YouTube ad performance for winter. We actually had phenomenal performance. We actually ran our YouTube ad campaign in 2 separate chunks. One was for peer video views, which helps raise awareness to the area, and the other was for demand generation. So we had it going straight to our winter activities page. So for the video views, on my written report, I had only had data through February 3rd, but I do have final data for the end of the month. So on the video views, we ended up with 812,300 impressions. So impressions are the people that just look at it, but then engagement are the people who like, share, engage in the actual video. Engagement was 631,000. So that was really great engagement out of the total impressions that we got. Under the demand generation, so this one was pointing people directly to our website. So we had a lot of engaged, we had a ton of engagement. We had great impressions. We had over 1.2 million impressions. But then out of those impressions, the people who actually clicked into our website was a total of 45,271. And out of that, we had engagement on our website of 42,221. So it just goes to show that the people then clicked into the website, spent meaningful time on our website exploring winter activities. And I think we really saw the result of that this winter. It has been very good. Obviously, snow very much helped in that. So another successful YouTube campaign. We will continue running YouTube ads. We have one set to go for spring, doing highlighting all of the spring activities with a focus on spring fishing since we are hosting the Governor's Opener this year. So as we transition out of winter into spring, we've got a full docket of spring marketing that I just wanted to touch on. Of course, we are hosting the Governor's Opener the first weekend in May. You'll hear more about that as we get closer. So as far as ad buys and campaigns that we'll be participating in for the spring, we have a campaign with Fox 6 out of Milwaukee, which was it's a live television segment with their Fox Focus host, Meg McKenzie. I actually recorded this early, so we've got it recorded and it will air late March and early April. We've been doing a commercial with Backroads with Ron Shera, focusing on spring fishing. I have an interview coming up with WGN and also with WTMJ. We've got our print ads on Wisconsin Outdoors, which also feature a advertorial article this month for March, April issue. We are featuring Sarah Kozlowski with a turkey hunting article from the area. It's a great article. You can pick those up for free at Quick Trip on Wisconsin Outdoors. We have a digital campaign with Star Tribune. We are also doing another print and digital campaign with Milwaukee Magazine, continuing our ad campaign with Stay Point Media. Midwest Outdoors, we've got a dedicated spring newsletter, and I will be appearing on their podcast in April, May, and June talking about spring fishing and all of the things to do in the Hayward Lakes area. So beyond that, next week, I will be attending the Wisconsin Governor's Conference on Tourism in Milwaukee. This is our big tourism state conference that happens every year. And actually, out of the Hayward area, we have 2 nominees for awards for the Governor's Tourism Awards. Cheryl Treeland is going to be nominated for the Legacy Award, which encompasses people who have made a long-lasting and permanent contribution to tourism for over 25 years. So Cheryl was nominated for that award, and I was nominated for the Rising Star Award. So it's for people who are new to the tourism industry within the last 5 years. And show leadership, commitment, and passion for the industry. So very grateful to be nominated for that. These awards are highly competitive with nominees from across the state, so we are just grateful to be nominated. But if we take home a win, I will let you know. So other than that, any questions about spring tourism, winter tourism?
I have a question.
You can ask.
Governor's Open.
Yeah.
How do we get them to travel these roads in the southern part of the county that are no longer there? And they are bad.
Yeah, that is a really good question.
Flies in and flies out and never even travel these roads.
Yeah, that is a really good question. I don't know if he will be attending any of the Destination Spotlight tours or not, but if he is, he will definitely be going to Winter Greenhouse. That is one of our Destination Showcase tours. So we have the Winter Greenhouse, and then the LCO Fish Hatchery, and then the Fishing Hall of Fame. Those are our 3 Destination Spotlight tours. So if the governor or his staff choose to attend those, they will be driving on some of our roads, hopefully.
That's good news. Don't travel down Highway B, take 2770.
Yeah, there you go.
Road.
Yes.
I'm with you on that. I drive 27 every day, and it is pothole haven.
I did, on my other hat, I did put an inquiry in with the DOT for those to be fixed.
Very good. Anybody else? Thank you.
Number 12, Northwest Regional Planning Report. Sheldon is here in person. We have
Live today, maybe not tomorrow, but live today. Just wanted to give you a brief update on some of the activities that our staff is working on at the Planning Commission. I'll kind of wrap up the end on a strategic assessment that we're working on. So I apologize, I'm going to read from some notes that they are working on that I am not engaged in particularly. Megan Sorensen from our office, she's one of our water quality specialists in the office, is doing a lot of water quality work with some of the lake districts and lakes associations. So she reported that she's currently working on a 5-county water resource plan, which it does include Sawyer County. It's funded through the DNR through some IIJA federal funds from the early 2020s. Ongoing projects here in Sawyer County include Quiet Lakes. AIS Management Education is wrapping up this current year. Chippewa Flowage Aquatic Plant Management is ongoing in collaborating with LCO. Tiger Cat Floyd, performing an aquatic plant management plan, and will be finalized by the end of this calendar year. In the Winter Lakes Alliance aquatic plant management plans for Barber, or South Barber, and Loretta Lakes will also be wrapping up at the end of the year. This project is a collaboration with the Sawyer County Conservation Department. Crystal Rohde in our office, she's a business development specialist, works in a lot of EDA or Economic Development Administration work, manages the Visions Northwest, one of our regional economic development organization partnership that we have with WEDC, Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation. She attended a recent resource meeting here early March with Sawyer County LCO ED to help develop the roadmap for entrepreneurs in Sawyer County. She's currently working on a Wisconsin employer survey on entrepreneurship that will be sent out to employers to understand awareness in apprenticeship programs, barriers to creating or expanding apprenticeship positions, and opportunities to strengthen entrepreneurship readiness participation across the state. That's a recent activity that we've been engaged with in that activity. And then she'll be hosting an upcoming training session for local partners with WEDC and Strata Platforms at the next Visions Northwest meeting on April 8th to learn more about business attraction, work on how we all can manage and market our region's available sites and buildings online. So those are some of those ED activities. Joy Milton, one of our business loan fund managers and account manager for our RLFs. We recently assisted with the resort refinancing ownership recently here in Sawyer County. That project just closed actually last week, Thursday. Jason Lallman, our deputy director and lead planner, prepared a RFP response to the Sawyer County zoning ordinance rewrites. So that was submitted last week or early this week. And then one of our other tasks that we've been doing over the last 31 years is our environmental services program. One of our staff retired last year. We hired a new gentleman, Scott Schultz. He's our recycling and household hazardous waste technician. He'll be sending out postcards and contacting businesses that are considered very small quantity generators on the business side for any collection of of any chemical waste that these very small quantity generators have. They ultimately have to, a definition of a very small quantity generator, if you want to know, they have to produce less than 200 pounds of hazardous waste or 2,200 pounds or less in a calendar year. So you could consider it like machining oil, chemicals that would be a byproduct of their manufacturing process that would be more in liquid form from that respect. So any business that has chemicals that they shouldn't throw away in the garbage or throw out in their back 40, those are things that we can take. We've been doing that program that we call it the Milk Run. We do it in the spring and the fall for the last 31 years. And lastly, I just wanted to talk about the earlier last week, we had a consultant that we hired, Northwest Regional Planning Commission hired to perform a strategic assessment of the organization. So that strategic assessment started earlier in March, actually in February, with a survey of selected individuals from key areas within our partnership. So economic development, planning, local government, county administrators and coordinators, and environmental and housing. So we had an online survey portal. Some of you may have gotten that online survey, some of you may have not. But that survey will identify just some information on how they relate to the Planning Commission, what their engagement of the Planning Commission is. Those results will be included in our final report. And then last week, we had 3 focus group sessions across the region. So we had an event in Ashland, Bayfield, and Douglas on Monday last week. On Wednesday, we were over in Phillips doing Iron, Taylor, Price, and Rusk counties. And Friday, we wrapped up in Spooner with Sawyer, Burnett, and Washburn counties. They were strategic invitees. We had about 3 to 4 individuals per county come and participate. Stacy and Ron, appreciate you being there in that participation. You weren't necessarily, Ron was more so representing Sawyer County. I'll get it yet. It's early in the morning, folks. Sawyer County, and then Stacy was there as part of her participation in one of our loan funds and also as part of the school district. So kind of cross-blended a bunch of different people within that respect. So I appreciate that. Our consultant is going to be back at our executive committee at the end of the month, March 25th, to present the final report for that. So we're looking forward to seeing how that goes. I should see the draft of that report probably sometime late this week or early next. In addition to last week doing those 3 focus groups, we also did regional difference maker interviews. So as part of that process, we interviewed, for example, Ben Pop here for the Berkey, the CEO for St. Croix Rods, Jim Caesar in Douglas County, and a number of other folks across the region that we considered to be regional difference makers to get more input from them. There was no queued questions for them specifically. It was more of a dialogue of a one-on-one. What are the issues that are confronting the region, what they're doing specifically as it relates to gaining either employment and or functions for the counties and the region. So looking forward to seeing that. I haven't heard of any results from that yet, but that will be very interesting to see what those folks have identified. I know some of the takeaways I think that have happened at the meeting based on a meeting that I had with our consultant is that housing, employment, daycare were some of those things that were talked at many of the focus groups and the one-on-ones as well. So I'll share that information with you at our future report meeting here, and looking forward to seeing how that shakes out. So that's my short report. So again, thank you very much.
Good job.
Yeah. How about, Sheldon, how about federal money? How does that stack up? What do you look forward?
So as we look forward to federal dollars, while we apply for federal grant assistance for different projects on behalf of municipal governments and on behalf of ourselves, right now the projects that we've been historically funded, EDA, our transportation dollars through Wisconsin Department of Transportation and other funding sources haven't been impacted. We're still receiving the funds that we've applied for in the past. We are also a SBA, or a Small Business Administration Micro Loan Fund lender. We've been applying for that program, I think, for the last 10 years. That application round, we were in the president's, I believe, budget originally that he had proposed. He had included eliminating many different programs, but that was one of them. Congress did authorize funding for the SBA Micro Loan Fund and the SBA particularly. That application round is coming up in May, and we did receive last week an application notification that it will be coming online later this month. So we're not seeing anything specifically impact the Planning Commission at the moment or our partners that we work with in the region on the federal side. So to date, we're seeing everything kind of status quo as it relates to that. But good question.
Anyone else? Thanks, Sheldon.
Yep, thanks.
All right, so Sawyer County LCO Economic Development Corporation report. Bear with me as I read this without my glasses. Thrive Grant update, meeting with community partners. The Thrive Grant is moving forward. Mr. Lamori had a meeting on March 3rd with a group of entrepreneurship entities and discussed how to pool our resources and better communicate with potential clients. 6 different entities were represented. Moving forward, $20,000 of the grant is allocated for a business consultant to provide a roadmap for the business incubator and feasibility study. $5,000 will cover the cost of the Uniquely Wisconsin video. Lumber exchange update. Mr. I'll start over. It is Monday, Sheldon. Oh my goodness, I'm helping. I toured the lumber exchange, or Mr. Lamori toured the lumber exchange March 3rd, and the building is coming along on schedule. The building is truly going to drive business to Main Street and all of Sawyer County. That is Mr. Lamori's opinion. The forestry revitalization update, the Senate returns on March 16th, and we hope to get it on the floor for a vote. It passed the House on February 17th. Just an update that I have is that they're trying to vote on it March 17th. It's scheduled to be voted on as March 17th. So if you watch the Senate on that date. Sponsorship drive, we had a steady stream of sponsorships coming in, and currently I am meeting with potential sponsors. Please continue advocating for the advancement of economic development in Sawyer County, and that is presented by Adam Lamori. If you'll pass that over to Laura, please, so she has it. You're welcome. Trail report, Mr. Newman.
this is from the Alliance. So snowmobile season is officially over. On March 6th, working together with County Forestry and the Alliance, we closed the trails to both snowmobile and ATV, UTV use. During the spring, though, it's best to keep both motorized sports off the trails to help preserve the trails and not create any extra work and extra spending to get them back in shape. Our open early closure will allow the trails to be open earlier with the spring thaw. From December 28th until approximately February 15th, business was booming in the Sawyer County area. Lots of snowmobilers and people up around supporting Sawyer County businesses. While we have had a nice winter, it'd been nice to have another 3 to 4 weeks, but Mother Nature did not help us. Many clubs held their past events this last month. Snow Trails wrapped up with their annual fundraising picnic at the LCU Boat Landing last Saturday. Muskie and Snow ATV Club finished their winter poker run last week at the Y Pines. Winter Huskies had their vintage snow ride and Shanley poker run. The Relic Riders are always busy with their Thursday lunch rides and their vintage sled raffle ongoing. Birchwood Bobcats held their annual landowner appreciation dinner, and these clubs are all busy on and off the trails. We're hoping to have some solid numbers for the April meeting from the counters throughout the trails for snowmobiling. That ends the report. Do you want that one?
Anybody have any questions? Are you ready to give the non-trailers
I'm ready.
report? Okay, good.
Okay, so the 2026 Brookies in the books. It was a great race. Record number of time-wise, it was under 2 hours, which is really fast on the track for Saturday. We had 13,000 racers. Registration for next year starts next month in April. The weekend after the Brookie, they had the fat Brookie, which is the fat snowmobile bikes, and there were 600 bikes that raced in that. This past weekend, they had the high school state championship. And also, they concluded the Nordic Kids. They had 150 young kids who learned to race through the winter months at Telemark. The Lumberjack World Championship sales are now in process, so if you want to buy tickets for the Lumberjacks, they're available. I think that's kind of what we have. I guess the time for the Brookie was under 2 hours, which is just really fast. The trail was amazingly good. The races on Thursday had water on Lake Hayward, but Friday and Saturday were fine. Stacy's son did the race, he had a good time. So all in all, it was great. It'd be nice to know how much money that event brings in, but in the main street, it's just hard to move with so many people. So that concludes my report.
Yeah, at least you're not short. It's even harder when you're short to get through, but, all right. Board appointing committee updates. Does anybody have any? Hearing none. Correspondence reports from conferences and meetings.
Just make sure everybody knows that the road bands are on. They went on last Thursday at noon.
They are on?
Road bans are on, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, throughout the state, so.
No, so you always what we worry about, yes.
I know, Sawyer County is the best. We'll worry about Sawyer County. Anything else? Future agenda items?
Not future item, but a Quick Trip. Anything new with Quick Trip, the old building? Has that been sold? I mean, you heard a lot of rumors it's been sold to one of the banks.
I haven't heard anything confirming that, no.
It's too bad, you know?
The for sale sign's down, so that's a,
Yeah, but.
That's always
Have you
good.
heard rumors that it's been sold?
rumors in Hayward, that's so weird. That is so weird.
Well, you hear-
I can't believe it.
Yeah.
No, I don't have any facts to give, and I don't try to spread rumors, so.
Yeah.
All right, any other items to discuss? All right, we are adjourned. Have a great day, everybody.